Give me a minute. Okay, now can you hear my voice clear? Students, can you hear my voice clear?
No, okay, sir. Now okay.
Okay, right. So if you have any interruption or the voice dragging, just let me know. I will change. Okay, right. So today I will show you some like how to install this Visual Basic.NET to your computer. Because last week the students was messaging, so they want to know how to install the Visual Basic. So we'll start from in that area. So as I told you, I'm using a cloud computer because normally my computer I can't download the Visual Basic because it's take more than 20 GB to download. Download 20 GB is needed. So what I'm doing is I'm using a cloud computer. So cloud computer. In my last class, I shown you how you can register a cloud computer and how you can work. 30 days they will give you a free session, free of charge. No need to pay any money. So there you can. Microsoft Azure is a very famous cloud server, so you can register them, right? And once you register, it will be a portal like this. So here you can create virtual machines. Virtual machine mean you can create your computer, so any capacity you can do. For example, if you want 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM and hard disk 500 GB hard disk, i7 processor, likewise you can put your computer size, right? So according to that, so I have created two computer, right? So this is the computer I'm going to work with. So once your computer is created, then from your PC you have to access that computer. So to access the computer, normally in your PC you can use a software called remote desktop connection. This is defaultly there. In your PC you can use. In the phone also you can use this PC. So in the phone, then you have to install the application called RD, remote connect RD client. As last week I showed you. So there's a software called RD Client. You can install that application into your Android or iPhone. Then you can connect. So once you connect it or once you select that application, then it will ask you some. It will come like this, right? So here it will ask you the server IP address. For that time, you have to come to your cloud server. Then if you go to the connection area here, you can see the IP address of the PC, right? So just type that IP address in the in here, type your IP address and click the connection. Then it asks the username and password. So when you are creating this virtual machine, you have to create a username and password. In the step, it will show you that. So that username and password you have to give, right? I'll show you again. I'll close this server. Okay, now this is my connection IP address. So I'm going to type that. Sorry, this is other PC. I'm going to type KIDM-PC, this one. So I'll connect this, right? KIDM-PC. So I'll select it, connection. And then I have to type the IP address. So I'll type the IP address 30.198.146, right? So then I'll use connection and connect. Then it asks the username and password. So my username is IDM Protein and I have a password. Right. Then I will press OK button. And it's asking authentication. Press yes. Okay. So then it will connect to my virtual PC. Right. So I will minimize this and show you. Right. Now this HP background is my computer, and this black color background is the virtual computer, right? So it is a normal PC, Windows 10 PC, where you can click and work, right? So this is the cloud computing. Now if you go to this computer and you can see the computer specification, then this is I think 8 GB RAM, sorry 7 GB RAM, i3 processor, 2.6 GHz. Like so, later if you want, you can expand the size also according to use. You can put even 16 GB RAM or 32 GB RAM. So based on that, the computer performance will be high, right? So this particular PC will be enough for me. So that I just install Windows 10 and start, right? Okay. So now I'm going to make this virtual PC as a full screen. So I'll just press this button, then it become full screen, right? So then again, if I want to go for a normal, I can go normal. If I minimize this, I can work it in my PC. This is my computer. I have opened the browser and Zoom application, and this is the virtual PC, right? So then I can click this button, make it full screen. This is my virtual PC. So virtual PC advantages, if you go to internet browser, Google Chrome, if you want, you can install everything like a normal PC. Once you buy a new PC, you have to install the application. No? So you can install any application to this PC, right? Any software you can install. But here the beauty is internet speed, right? So normally there is a speed testing, this is called speed test.net, right? So this is the normal speed test, right? Google speed test, right? So when you press the start button, this is virtual computer speed. See, the internet speed is somewhere around 300 to 400 MB per second, which is high speed. Normally, normal PC we will get only around 4 MB to 5 MB. This is unimaginable. 500 MB is the speed. So very high speed internet. So you can download anything within a second inside the virtual PC. Right? So internet speed is very high. You can download anything, any software, any YouTubes, any videos, but all are inside this virtual PC. Right? Right, so that is the one. So in the virtual PC only, I'm going to install the Visual Basic initially. So whatever you are downloading and all, another good advantage is what? So all will be inside virtual PC. So it won't charge you any MBs in your data line. So I'm using my internet connection. It will charge only a small internet package, which is to access this PC. But when I download 10 GB or 20 GB, it won't go in my data package. So that is another good advantage of having this virtual PC also. So any internet amount you can use easy. No need to pay for internet charges also, right? Okay, so here you have to search uh, visualbasic.net 2019, right? When you search it, go to the official Visual Basic site. So just you can download the initial education version. So then it will go here. Then you can select the professional. Enterprise also there, but you can professionalist for the moment is fine, right? So if you click that, there will be a small 10 MB installation file will be downloaded initially, right? Then when you run that file, it will bring down this menu. Right, not installed yet. This is the initial menu. So when you download that, it will come and pop up, right? So this is the Visual Basic initial installation menu. So here, if you go, it's ask you the first question where, right? What are the areas you're going to work? It's called workload. So when we want to develop some ASP.NET websites, we should click this. My line is clear. Any issues?
No, sir.
Oh, no? Right. Okay. Okay, so workload means here you have to tick what are the areas, because we are Visual Studio is a complete package where you can develop so many things, right? So here there are a lot of options. So when you want to develop that, you have to tick that, then that will be install it in with the Visual Basic. Right now I'll show you one by one here. Initial one is ASP.NET. This is the web-based application. So if you want to build web-based application, you should tick this. So anyway, futurely it's necessary. So you can tick, right? Otherwise, if you don't want anything, but only, right, yeah, I'll tell you, right. So first Visual Basic, then Azure server development is there, right. Nodes development, Python development. There is a HND student, they are learning Python. Then C#.NET, Visual Basic.NET. Likewise, here category. This is all web and cloud application development. This is mobile and desktop application development. So here for us is we needed this one, .NET development environment. So this is we did. So we have to tick this. So once you tick, you can see the capacity. So initial package will come only a small piece of size. I'll take this and show you. Here only 679 MB only there. So just basic Visual Studio. But if you want to, if you tick this, then it become 8.2 GB. Then if I want this, again I'll tick it again 8.21 GB. C++ also, if you are developing, you want mobile application, then you can tick this. So likewise, right? Likewise, you can tick whatever the necessary thing. So the database also I'll tick, right? Only those two things are necessary now. One is the database. The other one is, if you go up, this one, right? Visual Studio.NET development. Then the ASP.NET, right? So then you can come to the language packages. So if you are using other languages, you can use. We are using English now, so English fine, right? So installation location, that is okay. Then individual component, right? So these are, that is also okay. That .NET environment, right? Others no need to worry. Only you have to take ASP.NET, desktop environment, and the database, right? So it's take 9.6 GB. That is the size of the file. I'll press the install, right? So 9.6 GB. Now you see this is started to download. So it's a high-speed internet connection. So now it's downloading on 45 MB per second. So that is the current speed of downloading. So now almost downloaded 430 MB out of 2 GB. So very quickly it will be downloaded in your PC, virtual server, and install. Normally, if you want to do it in your computer, probably for this 9 GB or 10 GB, it will take somewhere around 4 to 5 hours only for downloading, right? If you are using a normal computer. But here it's supercomputer, very speed. Even the internet also high speed, 50 MB, 40 MB is the speed. So very quickly download. Now 2.2 GB, 1.2 GB is downloaded now. So that is another easy thing, easy thing for you to use this virtual server. Right. So we'll wait for a few seconds to download. So until then, any question on this? No? So Visual Basic is a very good thing actually, right? If you learn Visual Basic very nicely, you can get into the development. And this is very interesting. If you say web application of Visual Basic is very interesting because it's a, 1 minute. Hello. I'm in a class now, online class. Can I call you after 5? Hello. Okay. Okay. Right. So it almost downloaded. Now it started to install it in your computer. So since my computer is not that performance, it will take few minutes. If you put somewhere around 16 GB RAM with i7 processor, it will, this installation will be done in 2 seconds. 2 seconds it will install. Right. My other PC is a very high configuration. So my other virtual server. This is, I'm just doing for you to have the demo. Right. Visual Basic is a very good thing, as I told you. So this is the initial startup foundation. Give me a minute. Okay. Right. Visual Basic is a very good thing. If you learn, you can learn foundations of programming here, right? So you can learn nice foundation. So then it will be very easy for your career because you can start. I mean, it's easy to develop also. Just a graphical user interface. So first time, if you into programming, you will feel like you are doing something. So it's initially it's very good to have the Visual Basic, right? So it's installing. So once you install, then you can start the Visual Basic, right? So now I will stop this server and I'll go to my usual computer, right? So this computer it's running. So to shut down the computer, normally if you close this, right? Close this remote desktop also, my computer will work behindly. So if I want to actually stop the computer, I have to go to the portal and I have to click the computer and I have to stop it here from here. Stop and restart everything, start everything. I have to give it here. So otherwise, my computer will be run behind. So what I do is it'll installing now. So I will connect the other computer, this one. That computer only last week we did our exercise. So again, I will take the remote connection and I will give this IP, new IP, that is 52.183.36.87, okay. So this is my computer, right? So this is my computer. So here you can see different desktop with a lot of softwares installed. So here, once your Visual Basic installed, then you can access the Visual Basic into the normal way. So here I have installed the Adobe Premiere software and other softwares as well. So here you can select the Visual Studio. Okay, so Visual Studio 2019. Okay, right. So once you install that, right, installation is done, then you will get the Visual Studio interface like this, right? This is the first interface, right? Once the installation is done, everything is finished, then you will get an interface like this. So this is the latest version, Visual Studio 2019. So if you want to open a new program or if you want to create a new application in Visual Basic, you have to press this button, create a new project, right? You press this button, create a new project. Then here you have to select. Here the options are there, right? So first time when you see this, you feel a bit difficult. So just follow my line, then it's easy. So the first thing is you have to select here what is the language you're going to use to develop. Now, as I told you, Visual Basic, you can develop a lot of languages, right? So you can use for a lot of different languages. So here, what is the language you're going to use? So C Sharp, C++, F Sharp, Java, Python, like there's a lot of languages are there. So we are going to actually use for Visual to Basic. That is our language, Visual Basic, right? So we'll select the language. And the second box, you have to select Visual Basic. There are so many platforms you can develop the software. Android, phones, Azure servers, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, likewise. So here we are going to select Windows. So Windows is our, we are going to develop a program for PCs, Windows, Microsoft Windows, right? So we are going to select that. Okay, so that's the second one. Third one here, so in the Windows, there are so many applications, right? Cloud applications, extension, games, libraries, mobile, office application like that. So here Windows, we are going to do desktop application, desktop PC, that is our application category, right? So we have to select the desktop. Desktop means like our normal computer will run this software. So Visual Basic, Windows, desktop, that is the starter. So when you select, then again you will have lot of component. These are the things we can develop for Visual Basic.NET. So here, initially we have to take Windows Form application. This is the one, right? So we have to select Windows Form application. There are other things also you can develop for desktop, but now we are going to start with Windows application development, right? Windows application, Windows Form application. So we'll select that and press the next button. Okay, right. Then it's asked the project name. So this is say exercise 1, no, yeah, exe1, exercise 1 is our project name. And where you want to save it, so it's in a default location. Okay, so if you want to save it in other places, like if you want to keep all the project one by one, you can go to your D drive or C drive and save project 1, project 2, project 3, then later you can access, right? Okay, so like this you can create a location like Word file, and here source name, so same name you can give, solution name, sorry. Then this is the framework. Framework mean tool sets. Huh? This is tool sets. Framework means something like versions of tools, right? Because to develop this, there are tools, right? So to develop a software, we have to have tools. So here there is a toolboxes. First toolbox is 2.0, 3.1, 3.0, 3.5. These are different tools, right? The latest tools is 4.7.2, right? So if you want to now only if it is your new project, you can select this 4.7.2 and you can go to the next one. If you are developing a component which is already created one, now for example 5 years ago there is a software created using Visual Basic. Now you are going to create a part of it or patch of it or another small addition to that particular software. Then you have to see in 5 years ago which version of framework they were used. 2.0, 3.0. Based on that, you have to click that and you have to go to the next, right? Because otherwise, if you do this into the latest framework, that is in the old framework, then these two different applications won't run it together, right? Because that from that application you can't get any data because these tools are new, the tools are old, so it's not capable, right? So in that case only, for old versions, if you are doing some patches or any old version, you should go for an old version of .NET framework. If you are a very fresh, now this is your new project, means you can go for a latest one, right? Latest project 4.7.2. Okay, so we can select that 4.7.2. Then you will be having a lot of tools. What is the difference between if you select this and go in your inside your Visual Basic, you will get only limited tools, not the very latest tool. Old tools only you will be getting, right? If you select this is the latest tool you will get, right? So I'll select the very latest one and press create. Okay, right. Now here you can go inside the Visual Basic Studio, right? Once you click that, then you can able to open the Visual Basic. Okay, right. So once you open the Visual Basic, right, this is the initial setup, right? You can see is the initial this all it has IDE, Integrated Development Environment, right? This is the IDE for Visual Basic, right? Integrated Development Environment. So here you all are pin and pins options are there, right? Remember this, right? If you take out these pins, it will go in this side, right? All the pins, if you don't want, you can just take out the pins, then it will be go to the side, right? Then if you want something, you have to just move the if you click this words here, say toolbox, if you click the toolbox will come. Then if you click outside, it will go on, right? So sometimes if you want it permanently, okay, so if you want it permanently, you click the toolbox and click this pin mark, then it will be permanently there. So likewise here also we will get the property window in the solution explorer. Okay, right. So just as a first time when you open the Visual Basic, right, there are so many tools you can display, but the common tools is these three, right? Or common things which you need it for development is these three. Yeah? First, this is toolbox, right? Here only you will get all the tools you are going to use it for the programming. That is toolbox, right? All the tools will be there. So this toolbox will be categorized. Okay. Okay. So what you can do is this toolbox will be categorized. So if you select all the Windows Form tools, this button, then you will get all the tools which is available in the Visual Basic. All the tools you will get. So that is one thing. Otherwise, what you can do is you can there is a category, right? Common control. Then you can set the common control tools will be coming, right? Then after that, content tools will be coming. So like this, you can see menu tool. Like this, these are the category. You can categorically get it, or else you can select all, right? Usually we need it is a command tool, so I'll click the command tool here, right? Then that is the first thing, this side. And this side you will get the solution explorer. Solution explorer, I mean, it's like a small explorer to see what are the files available. So now here you can see our solution is exercise 1. So there our project is exercise 1, right? One solution can be many project, right? Inside one solution you can create different project. Now for example, we are creating a software for IDM, so solution is IDM. Then you can have a different software. One is, say, example, HR programming. So there you can create HR software. Then the second, you can create account software. Then third, you can create what you call student management system. Like that, under the one solution, you can create different exercises or different program. All can be integrated and work. Different department like that. So same way, the solution is the common project. There you can create different exercise. Since we have only one, so this also shows as exercise 1, and this also shows as exercise 1. So when you are creating, it asks this name. I told you to put the same name. So it will be like, that's what it is saying, right? If you don't want, you can go to rename, say IDM project. Then you don't get confused. IDM project. Okay, so our solution is IDM project. There we are going to do the exercise 1. And then if you expand this exercise 1, then you will get what are the things is inside the exercise 1, right? So there the form is our window. Like this is our form. Form means this, right? Then we have app config file. There is a file. If you click that, it will open here. It's called app config file. There you can write some application configuration notes, right? So here usually it mentioned what is the framework that you are using. That is defaultly come. What is the version and what is the framework. Other than that, also manually can code that, but otherwise no need to use app config file. And reference also there. So it will take from different reference, right? Reference, that's a deep area. So we have a different area. Then you say my project. If you click this project, if you double click this, it will open here. Here only you have to give the project name, and you can, if you want to change the framework again, you can change, right? If you want to put icon for the project, you can put icon, IDM logo or something if you want to put, right? You can browse and put, right? Then compiling techniques, what is the compiling techniques? Likewise, you can do a lot of configuration, which form to be start first, right? On the running. So likewise, you can do a lot of project, this exercise 1 configuration on my project. So later I will explain to you one by one what are the setups are there, right? So then this is the startup, right? So now we click the form. So here you got the form, right? So here only you have to design the program. So the form means it's like a board. Imagine it's a board where you have to design whatever you want. All the program you have to design on this board. This is just a normal white color board, right? You can adjust the board according to your requirement, right? According to your size, you can adjust the board. Okay, right. Now I'm going to create a small login window, right? Now say I'm going to create a small login window. So first what I do is I need a name, username. Likewise, I have to type something. So if you want to type something, here you have to use something called label, right? Label books and all, we label it. So you can just drag the label and put it here. This is one way, or else you can just double click here. Then it will come in the corner, right? So drag, then you have to drag it again. So there are two ways. One is dragging and putting. If you double click, it will come in this corner. So I'm going to drag it. I'm going to put the drag, right? So I'm going to put this label as username, okay? Then again, I want to put another label, password. I will select here. I'll put it as a password. Then I want to type something, username, password. I have to type. No? For that, here you can see a text, this thing called text box, tool called text box. So you can use the text box to type, right? Username, again a text box you can use to type the password, right? Then again, I want to put button here, okay, and cancel button. Then you can see, so all are there in the command control tools. Now I'm using only the command control tool, not other tool. So here it will be there. So I'm going to use a button, okay. So I'm going to use a button, then again another button, right? Then I want to put a logo here, say IDM logo. So then what I am doing here, there is another tool called picture box. Yeah, picture box, right? I can use the picture box here. to put a picture. Now only I'm putting the tools, then only I'm going to configure it. I'll show you how to configure. This is just I'm putting on the picture box, right? A logo. Okay. Then I want to put a small progress bar, a bar to run. Okay. So then here there's something called progress bar. I will use this progress bar to run. Okay. Right. Right. Now everything's set up. That means just I have put the objects what I wanted for my login program, right? I just put the tools here. I took the tools and put the tools here. Now I want to change these tools according to this word should be changed, right? And here we have to put the pictures. All have to do it, right? So to do that, only we had to use this property window, right? So this is a beautiful window, right? Property window. So in the property window only all the objects properties are there. Properties mean what, right? Now property mean if you click one object, where things belongs to this object, all are here, right? Now for example, there is a person in the class, say if you say one person, right? Say Umair is one person. So if you click the Umair, then Umair properties, right? Umair have these things, and he have a car or bike or motorbike. He have a house and all the properties. Same as here, right? So if you click this, right? If you click a label, right? Then automatically the label properties will come here. This is we call property, right? Here only you have to do the changes. If you want to do any changes to this label, you have to do it here, right? Do it here. Here the first property is called text. Remember this property. Text mean whatever if you want to appear on this, right? You have to put it on the text, right? So if I want to change this something, now here it's label one. So in the text also it there as a label one. So I will delete this label one and I'll put username, right? I'll put text called username. Then after typing, if you click in somewhere outside, then here it will come username. Second text I need to change, so I'll click this and I'll change into password, right? First letter capital, password, right? Then I click outside, then you can change it to password. This is I'm going to change, right? Click here, text, right? Here also text. It says button one, so I'll say login, right? Login, right? And here I will say reset, right? Reset. Okay, right. So likewise I can okay, we'll put a capital, is R is capital, right? Reset. Okay, so likewise I can modify. So now I only teach you in the property, text property, right? So likewise I'll just drag it, make it small bigger, then you can see it. And I'll make this also fully. I'll make this button, and the windows will go up, and I'm going to hide, right? Then the solution explorer will go in this corner, then you can see the property fully, you can see easily, right? Property. Okay, right. Now what I do is I'll click the this thing, one object, then you can see the object property. There are lots of properties are there. So if you want to be expert in Visual Basic, you should know all the properties here, right? So you should know all the properties, what it can do, what are the performance or what are the things it can make. Likewise, you should know all the properties. Now I'll explain to you some property. First is the background color. So if you want to change the background color, you can click this and you can click the color here. Then the background color will be changing, right? So likewise background color you can change, any colors you can put. Okay, background color. Then if I want, now I want to make the font bigger, right? So then what I can do is I will click here, I'll go to a font, yeah, font, then I'll press this plus button, then the font detail will be there. If you want to increase the size, now the size is 8, right? So I want to put it say 12, right? Then the size become 12 here, right? Then you can put bold, normal italic letters, strike outside if you want. So then it put a small strike out, yeah, cut mark, right? So likewise you can do the font underline if you want, right? Italic character, so, right? Like that. So then like one by one you can change. Otherwise what you do is you can select everything. Now I want to change it to all the objects. So then what I can do is in the corner I just click and put a highlighter. Then everything will be get marked. Right now see, now I have marked everything. So all the objects here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello? Can you hear me, students?
Yes, sir.
So any voice droppage? No, no?
No, no, no.
Okay, right. Right. Okay. So what I do, what you can do is now I'll change everything. So for that, what I do, I'll click here and select everything. I'll just put a box, then it select the whole range. Now here, if you tell now the whole range, common properties will be coming. These are the common property. So here the common font is a common property. So I'll click here font again. Then I'll click here. Right. Then I will change the command font. So for all this, I'll change into 12 font size. Right. 12 is the font size. Then if I want to change some other type also font size, like you can change. I'll change only the font size. Right. Now everything changed a little bit bigger. Then again I have to adjust it. So now again font change bigger, so I'll adjust it. Okay. So now there's another help will become when you move the objects here and there, it will automatically find out the center point, right, and the midpoint like this. Now here, when I move the password, if I want to adjust it in this, now it's automatically showing top positions of blue color, top positions of both this top and this person, right? So likewise, you can keep on adjusting by seeing. So those are the helps of Visual Basics. Okay, right. Right. Okay, right. So this is the I have designed it now. Now next one is the naming, right? So there is another one called name. If you click one object, right, there is another one called name, right? Text and the name. Yeah, name, right? So the name mean the object's name, right? Give me a minute. Okay. Okay, so right, we continue. So the next one is the naming. Name. Now, what is this name is? Now, if you want, you can put a name for the objects, right? So the calling purpose to identify easily. Now, why we all have the name is purpose is identify. You know, if there are like in your class there are 20 or 40 students are there, how we identify each and every student is we have to have the correct name. Then we can identify. So here also now it automatically Visual Basic will name. So this is they will it will named as what button 1. This is they named as button 2. This is named as text 1, text 2. Likewise, it is automatically named. But if you have many objects, so for example, you are using say text box, 100 text box in a form, and 20, 40 button. So then what you have to do is you can't remember, no? If you adjust it and put it, which one is button 1, which one is button 2, like this, you can't remember. It's difficult. If you put so many text box and button in a form, now you are developing a big software. There is a big form. So in form, there are more than 20 to 30 buttons and 100 text boxes, right? So in that case, it will be very difficult for you to identify. For that, you can give your name, right? Then you can identify easily. For example, is now if you want to put a button, now I select the button. Normally it says button 1. So, but you can do something like this, say BTN, right? BTN login. So this BTN, TXT, those we call as abbreviation, right? That's a common abbreviation. So BTN mean button, BTN shorten, button, login. So wherever, if you say BTN login, you can understand, okay, it's a login button, right? Like this, you can identify in the future. So for that only, you have to put name. So this is, we can say button. So BTN reset, BTN reset. right? So then you can identify what, okay, BTN reset, any name, if you come across with any programming, then you know, okay, this is this particular button. So likewise, you can name, labels not necessary. If you want, you can label it. Otherwise, the button and text boxes, definitely you have to name it. Then you can identify easily. So this one I will put TXT username, uname, right? TXT uname. And this is, I named it TXT password. Okay, so likewise, I have naming. Only commonly you should name text box and button, then it's easy, right? Okay, so what I did is I just put out the objects here and I put the object, then I have clicked it and changed the text and changed the name, right? Those two I did, and also I changed the font, right? Same as here. This is font and text, because I did some changes, right? And now here, it's a picture box. I want to put a picture. So normally the shortcut will be there here, right? So any objects coming with small corner, small arrow, it's a shortcut. Rather than going to property, you can click here. Very necessary thing, they will put it here. Now this is a picture box. Of course, they will put picture. No? So if you click this corner, then you can see choose an image. Then you click that and import an image. So pictures in your computer. So I'll see something on a download. Yeah, so I'll just download the picture from internet. I'll go to browser. IDM logo. So internet is fully free, so you can download anything. No need to pay any data charges. Okay, save desktop. Okay, right. So I download a picture. You all know this, right? And I save that into desktop. IDM logo. It's here, right? Now I'm going to import that into the picture box. So what I do is I'll just click here and select choose image, this button. Then I'm going to locally import, right? So local resources, import. Then I'm going to show my desktop, right? IDM logo, then open. So then IDM logo will come here. Then again I'll press OK, right? So normally if you put, it will come the real size. Then again you have to press the arrow button. Then you can size the mod, right? Normal size you want, or sketch the image, right? Then it will come to according to your size. Okay. So then we can put the logo. Okay, so that's the basic design. Then if you want some other properties, if you want to change, so now I click the form. Form also there are property. Form, I can click the form, right? So I don't want these buttons, right? In my login window, only close button, not minimize, maximize button. So what I do is I'll go down and see there is a property called minimize box, right? Minimize box. Now it's true. I will make it false. Then you won't get the minimize box, and also maximum box. Now minimize box won't work. Maximize box also false. So then see these two boxes gone from the window. So right. Then if you want to put icon, this icon, if you want to change, you can put any icon. But the file name should be icon. You have to search in icon. Okay? So IDM logo or anything you want to search in icon, then you can download. .icon, no? ICON. It comes the Internet Manager logo, right? IDM logo. I don't think it's in icon. Here it's a PNG, no? So icon. Right? So it's a different logo. IDM Internet Download Manager logo. So I just download this logo or this logo. So this is a different format. The icons will be supported icon format. So I'll just open this, then save this. When you're saving as JPG, so it won't work. So, or else you have to have an icon converter, uh, or else you can download it from a website. Okay, so icon creators or converters are there. So either you can use that, or else you can, normal images is not possible. Here, click the icon, then you can download the icon file. It's in my download folder. Right, so here icon button, just click download the icon. This format only it will support. So the end of the file name should be ICON. Okay, now you see icon is changed, right? Then this form name also you want to change, then you know, right, how to change it. You have to use what? Anybody? How to change this form name? Yeah, okay. Name, text, right? Text. So normally text no changing. So here also if you want to change, you have to put the text. So then login form or login. Okay. So then you can see login. Then background color. So background image, if you want to put, you can put background image. If you want to put a background color, for this you can put a background color. So likewise, you can modify this according to. Okay, right. So likewise, you can modify nicely, create a login window. Right. So now we have created the login window. Now I'm going to run this program and show you, right? To run or to work and see. So here there is something called start button, right? Start button. And also next to the start, before the start button, you can choose the CPU, right? What is the processor it have to work. So any CPU is okay, right? Any CPU and start. So if you press the start button, then it will do the compiling part, right? So likewise, it do compiling and it will run. Here the program is running. So 2019 Visual Basic have a nice features. When the program is running, here they have introduced something called diagnostic tool. So this diagnostic tool will be always indicate what is the memory it will take it, right? From the RAM, how much of the RAM it's using. So 17 kilobyte is the RAM capacity it will using. And what is the, if you come down, you can see how many, what is the processor, how many capacity needed to run in the processor. So there's a small startup. In the project starting only, there was a small processor running. After that, not running, right? So you can press this button. Okay. So you can always check, right? When you press this, you can always check what is the processor use. You press the button and reset button. Now program won't work to type, right? Okay, you can see the processor usage and the memory usage. Okay, right. So next thing is, okay, I'll stop this program again. So next thing is password, right? So we have to increase this text box username to bit far, right? And also same again, I'm using password, right? So the next problem is password. So when I'm typing, you would have notified my password is visible, right? If I'm typing a password, it's visible. Normally, it will be not visible, right? So the password will be, come with a star mark or something like that. So to get that in the property, right? When you go down in the property, there is something called password char. Okay, sorry. Right here, there is something called password char. There is a property called password. This is called password character. It's password char. So in this here, you can put any star, any character. So normally we are using star. If you want a hash mark, you can mention. Then whatever typing coming in the hash mark. So usually we are using star. So then, sorry, star. So okay. So right. So usually I'm using star. So then you can put the star as a password char. Right. Okay. So then now if you run the program, you will see username. So for that I will minimize now this window. Then you can see my program only. Okay, right. Now you see this is my program only running. So username, password, login. So when I type the username, say, right, password, right, it will become on star. It won't show the password. Okay, and the logo is there. And username, login will be there, reset. Now program won't work. We didn't write any coding. We did only the designing part. So the logo is here, login, right? Then login reset will be there, and the IDM just a image. And this progress bar, there's a bar that is also not working, right? So design. You can say, spend some more time in the initial stage, and you can do some nice designing, colorful, nice designing, and download it from internet. Nice designing, right? And this is the bar I have put. Bar mean it's a progress bar. Progress bar mean, example I will show you here. There's a thing called value. Okay. So here there is a property called value. The value, if I put 60, right? Then now you see the bar will be 60% full. So if I say 100, so then the bar will be 100% full. If I may say 10%, then the bar 10%, right? So likewise, now this is manually I am editing and changing the progress. Now this you can connect it in the program. So when you press the login button, then based on the timer, you can just increase this one by one. Then it will be like running, increasing, then it's loading the next page, right? So that's how it works, right? So this is now I'm manually changing. You can do it on programming as well, right? Changing on program. Okay, right. Okay, so that is the initial startup, right? About this. So I in the Moodle I have uploaded your notes, right? Until the last week I studied. I think sometime you would have checked. Okay, otherwise I'll show you. Right there you can get all the notes. I'm not giving any notes here now. So because all the notes I have uploaded. Okay, so what is that? Okay, so when you go to Moodle, last week class also I put the recording here, right? The recording. So 3 documents are there in the Moodle. Balance will be updated very soon, right? So here, this is the last week online class recording. So if you click that, you can play the last week session. And down to the last week session, I have uploaded the notes. So this is the notes. Okay. So when you click that in the PDF format, you can start downloading the notes and use. Okay, so here basic Visual Basic, how to open the program, right? What is graphical user interface? This I did for an old version. So ID mean what? Property window, solution explorer, right? Go down, code area and all that very detail are there, or bars and what are the forms, text boxes. Now I told you text name, but use of individual properties. So I have put 12 properties and what are the purpose of using the properties I mentioned. Next one. So naming rules, I told you, these are the prefix, BTN mean button, so controls, forms mean FRM. These are the common prefix we are using on the naming when we are naming the objects. TXT mean text box, right? And these are the other property, text box property, button. So likewise, when you go down, sample project, likewise some up to some extents I have uploaded. Other version also, this is a 8-page. Others after today's sessions I will upload the balance coding parts, right? So you refer that. That is one, and other one assignments also there. Huh? So assignments in VB.NET also released. You can just check that. Okay. Right. So now we go to the coding part, right? Now up to now, any doubts, problem? I'll unmute it. Just ask me if you have any problem.
VB.NET assignment release பண்ணாங்களா?
Oh, VB.NET assignments. Why? So all the 8 modules, 7 modules, you have the assignments. Huh? Other students, what happened? Others? Are you all here, right? Abu Bakr?
Yes, sir.
Are you here?
Yes.
Okay, right. Right, so if any doubts you have?
No, sir.
And Sham?
No, sir.
Shama, you know, okay. Right. Okay, so are you clear? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with VB or any questions, doubts? Now, who's having the Visual Basic in your computer? Maybe even old version, VB.NET, VB6, VB, old version of VB? No. Anybody have?
No. No, sir.
No.
Right, okay. So you have to do some practices. So how do you do? Are you all accessing from the computer or phone?
Phone.
Abu Bakr's
Phone, sir.
Okay, phone, no? All of your phone, right? Okay, so that is the difficult part. Now just take the notes. Then after this, you can try. Yeah? After the session, after IDM open, you can just try out. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, we'll go to the session. The next one, coding. Huh? Okay. So the coding means how to write codes, right? So here only the coding part. Coding is not difficult actually, right? If you correctly understand the concept of Visual Basic, the coding is very easy, right? Visual Basic will be very easy compared to the other one. Because this is the event-driven program. How the Visual Basic will do is based on the customer events, right? So now, for example, customer, normally you have to think about the flow. Now, if you create a login window like this, what is the flow of a customer? He will be typing the username first, then he will be typing the password first, second, then he will pressing the login button. So this is the customer flow. When we show this form, he won't do anything, right? So that's the initial flow. So first programming, you have to write it for the initial flow. Then the second level, you have to think some addition. Third level, bug. You have to see the bugs and write the program for the bugs, right? Now, for example, if a customer, the first thing you have to think like this. If you create a form like this, now the first work is customer comes and click here and type the username. Then click here, type the password. Then press this button. That's the usual flow. So, but sometime one customer can, once you started initially, he can press reset button 5 times or 1 time. or he can type the password first. So those are exception cases. That is, you have to handle second level of programming. First level of programming, you should handle normal customers, right? So the normal customer, they will type the username here, password here, then they will log in. So now you have to think, okay, how you have to write a program? After pressing this login button, we have to check whether this username password are correct, right? That is our code. First, you have to check whether the username and password is correct, right? So what you do is, so we have to, how we have to write the code is, where the customer clicking area or where the customers clicking, that level, you have to double click. Now, for example, customer click the log button. So I will double click the log button. So when I double click the log button, automatically it will be take you to my coding window. Now I will take out this ping mark, then this will go, right? Okay, now here, this is the coding window. I'll do some entering and expand this, right? Now you see, this is the coding window. So the coding window also see, there are three sections in the coding window. First is here, it will show us the objects, right? So if you click this, it will show us the object, exe1, that is our project, right? Then, sorry, it shows a project in the first one, exe1 is our project. Second, it shows the objects. What are the objects there? So we have btn login, that is the login button. btn reset, that is a reset button. Then label 1, label 2. Then the picture box, progress bar, text box, user, text box password, text box username. So we have these objects now. And the form. Form is the main object, right? So if you want to write something to the form, you have to write it here. So here, likewise, it shows the object. That is the first thing, right? It shows the object. Second, here in the code window, it shows the events, right? Events mean when the customer did what kind of events the code have to perform, right? So here actually what we are going to write is btn login. Our event is what? Click event. btn login click event. That means if the customer click the btn button, then this code have to run. That's what it means, right? So remember, btn login click. It says btn login. btn login is the button name. Customer click, then the section is started, right? If I change that into double click, right? I'll change into double click. Now here, automatically Visual Basic will be creating another event set, right? So this event set is double click. So when the customer click, whatever the function it have to run, you have to write it here. If the customer double click the button, 2 times click the button, whatever the function you want to run, you have to write it here, right? So these are the 2 button events, right? So remember in that way, right? So first is button, then the events. So there are so many other events are there. You can later check, right? Auto change, background color change, right? So if a customer change the background color, run this, right? If a customer focus mean if you move the mouse to the text box, do this. Take off, that mean mouse focus mean here focus. If you select that, then the focus event will come. Focus mean if the mouse move, if the mouse is focused on the particular text box, or if somebody move the mouse pointer inside the text box, do this particular work. So likewise, you can change the events, right? So now without confusing further, just I will take 2 events only. First event is click and second event is double click, right? I'm going to do this, right? Click event and double click event, right? Okay, so I'm going to try the click event. If the customer click this, right, what it have to do, right? So just example, first I'll do in the first text box, if the customer click this button, so what I want is, I want to show a username and I want to show a password here. The username is Mayuran and the password is the IDA. Something like that. If the customer click here, I want to show something, right? So what I go, how the code will be right for this is the same way, right? So what is our text box name? Our text box name is txt, right? So txt. If you type txt, right? Sorry. If I type T, now see, automatically VB.NET will be giving some clues, right? Or some option, help for us. If you type the first keyword, it will show, okay, txt password is there, username is there, what you want to take. So I want to take the first box, that is txt username. So I will take the first box, select the first box. Then you can use the tab key in the keyboard, tab, or else you have to use the mouse pointer to select it, right? Don't use the enter key. If you use the enter key, it comes to the second line. So I use the tab key, right? Then what? Okay, txt username, right? Dot text, right? Text is the keyword. When we want to display anything, we have to use the text, right? That is the earlier in the code in the design window I shown you. So same thing I'm going to do it here. Txt username dot text, right? Then again I'll use the tab key to select is equal. Then in the double quotation I will just mention with the string. Double quotation means whatever it will be typing, it have to display as it is, right? So that is in the double quotation I will put the name. That is the first text box name. If anybody click the button, the text box username dot text should be Mayuran. Then again I will do the text, second text box, txt password dot text, right, is equal, say IDM, right? So that is the click event, right? I have write for a click event, right? Then the double click event, I will again write it in a different username, right? txt username dot text is equal, double quotation, say Ravi. Then txt password dot text is equal, say 1, 2, 3. Okay, now see this, right? When the button is double click, it will show this. When the button is click, it will show this, right? That's a code. So now I'm running the play button. Okay, right now the program is running. I can see my memory usage and other stuff here. This is the interface, right? Here. I'm going to press the login button. Okay, it shows the username as Mayuran. Password is this. If I double click the button, 2-time press, double click is not responding. I'm using remote connection. Okay, so double click is not responding since I'm in the remote connection. I'll change the event. We'll put it into the focus event. Got focus, right? I'll change this event to got focus and change this code to got focus event. Okay, then I'll delete this. Just select it and delete if you don't want the code line. Okay, right. So now I did click mean this for got focus. Got focus mean if you selected if the mouse got that button. Now see got focus mean this. Now if I move my mouse pointer to reset, it won't do anything. If I move the mouse pointer to the login, right? So that is we call got focus. Okay, so this is got focus. I think my remote server, some commands are not responding because of connectivity issues. Okay, mouse click, mouse enter. Okay, I'll change it to mouse enter. Sorry, that's a wrong event. Got focus is a wrong event. So mouse enter is a correct event. Mouse enter. Okay, so if my mouse enter to this, it will shows Ravi. I didn't click anything. If I mouse enter, Ravi. If I click it, it'll show my name, right? So if the mouse enter to the button area, outside it won't show. If my mouse enter to the login area, it's called mouse enter. The mouse enter, automatically it shows Ravi, right? So that's what this basic program is, right? So likewise, now I'm just explaining, not the codes now. Code will deeply study. So now this is what I'm explaining these two. One is you should know the buttons or whatever the objects you're handling, it will be here, and these are the events. There are so many events available, so all you can check is if you select it automatically, here you can select what is the button name, what is the event it will handle in the code, right? So next I'm going to write it for reset button. So same way, either I can go there or I can select here. If anybody click, right, first I'll change the event to click event, then I will change this into reset button. Okay. Right. Now I go to designing, right, and double click the reset button. Double click here, and the reset button will click event, right? Reset button, click event. So if anybody click the reset button, I want to clear. So then I can do it. Txt username dot text is equal blank, right? Blank, nothing inside. So blank, nothing, no word. Again, txt password dot text is also a blank. Okay, so now it is blank. Txt username and password is blank. So when you press the button, so if I click focus this, it will Ravi. If I click it, Mayuran. Then here, if I press the reset button, everything will be clear. What are the password? Password. Txt password. Okay, so txt password dot text. So, and also see this red color underline. If there are some red color kind of underlines are coming, you should see that there are some errors in the codes, right? Errors in the line. So it always Visual Basic will check your code. So if everything will be correct, if there is any red color stuff, if there are error in the code. Okay, right. So focus, right click. If I click this, it will come another name. If I press the reset button, reset the whole set. Okay. So my PC response is a bit slow because more Zoom also they're working, and also I'm connecting this virtual server. My internet package is uplink is very slow these days because so many people are using internet. Uplink is less than 1 MB, I think. So that's what it's so slow of responding. But in your computer, if you're not using the Zoom, then because Zoom is uploading to my cloud server also, that is recording, visual recording is uploading, so it's take a huge amount of uploading space. So that's why it's a bit slow. Okay, right. So is that clear up to now? Okay, clear, students?
So why is இப்போ stuck ஆகுது சார்?
Okay.
Hello sir.
Yeah, wait. Still, oh, no, okay. Hello? Is that still have a voice problem?
Now it's okay, sir.
No, okay.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll reshare it. Okay, right? So, can hear now, students?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, right. Right, now we'll continue for another project, another exercise, right, to explain some more tools, right? So what I do is I will go to the Solution Explorer here, right? I'll pin the Solution Explorer. And again, I'll go to the property, I'll pin the property, right? Okay. So now I want to add another form, right? Now here, this is first form now. So I want to have another form. So to add another form, you have to click on this exercise 1, right? Now you're adding another form, right? Another form to design another interface. So then we have to go to add area, right? Then you have to select Windows forms, right? Add another form. Right, or else you can go to new item also, you can add a form. So this is one way, this is another way. So both, when you click it, it will automatically select the form, right? Then you have to press the add button. So once you add it, you will get another form. This is form 2, that is form 1, right? So this is form 1, so I'll close this. Okay, then I will close this. Yes, now I'm in the form 2. This is form 2. Okay, so form 2, here also same changes you can do. So this is, I'm going to change as a after login main window. So text, I'll go to the text and say main. So then I can change the main. Then the same logo, if you want to put, you can go to the logo area. Yeah, icons. And press this. Select it. Same logo will come, right? For this, I won't have everything. I will keep the minimize and maximize button also. There's the main form, right? So then I can design the balance, right? So here, now I'll show you some balance options here. So the first, if you want to use a monthly calendar, so you can just take and put the monthly calendar, and you can have the monthly calendar toolbox, right? Then we can have a browser, right? Web browser. If you want to access the website, you can just drag and put the web browser, right? Then the web browser will be coming inside it, right? And what is the website it won't access, you can put it in the URL command, right? So here there is something called URL property. So in the URL, if you type www.google.com, then it will show the Google page, right? So like that, there is a web browser also, right? You have to type and it will work. I'll show you http dot double backslash google.com, right? So when you run, then what happened is, yes, so this is the way, right? Normally, if you run it, now the default first form will be loading. Now I want to load this form. So this is the common issue you are getting, right? Okay, right now it's a common issue. Now see, normally I have added another form, right? Form number 2. right? Now if you start this project, right, if you run this project, now form number 1 will come, right? Start the project. Now if you start this, now the form number 1 only will start. Form number 2 won't come, right? If you start the project, now here the form number 1 is coming, form number 2 is not coming. So if you want to change that, right, if you want to change the loading form, now only you have to go to this project. I told you previously, now you have to go to the project, right? And here, right, application, here startup form, there's an option called startup form. Now form number 1 only it's showing. Now I have to select form number 2. So my startup form will be form number 2, right? So if I press the start button now, form number 2 will load, right? And also inside this Google page, web browser, Google page will load. You can search and click and do stuff. You can increase the page size. Then so can you start form 2.0? Yeah, there is a way that you can use to start it also, right? Now for this I will show it in this way, right? Okay, so coding also you can run the you can load the next form. Now for the moment I just put it in this way and show it, right? Right. Now what you can do is likewise you can there are so many tools here, so I will change the second page also. I will design a small calendar here, and also I will put a okay, here daytime picker is there, right? There you can select the dates, right? Then mask text box are there. There you can select a mask, say birthday. Mask text box mean you can select if you want for phone number. You want to check the customers are entering the birthday. So you can select the birthday format, then enter. Then the text box will comes in this way. Preview will come in this way. Then the customers have to type the details here, like this, right? So that is we call as a mask text box. Normal text box means just a text box, no, nothing is filter. This mask text box means that this text box means you can filter. These are the default options available: zip code, time, then the date, short date, long date, phone numbers. Like this, you can keep filtering. Then the customer will enter in that way. So either you can put the normal text box or you can put the mask text box also, right? Then it will shows in that way. So that is this. Then radio buttons are there. Option female or male. So those kind of things you can give radio button. Female, male options, right? Then you can put combo boxes. The drop down combo mean drop down. Now if you click here, this is the combo box. Click here, and it will shows the details. Now this type of things you can use combo. Right? So there are so many, all are useful, but I'm just giving you some comment. And these are tool tip. So you can just write some tips, right? And when the customer move the mouse, it will show that particular tip. Type in this format. Likewise, you can just give some tips here. The tool tip, then you have to click the tool tip, and what are the messages you want to carry. You have to put it in the tool tip menu, right? So later I will show you a program using a tooltip. So tooltip for the moment is that just you can write some headings of the tool and you can write a program. What it have to give tip. So when the customer just move the mouse pointer on it, then it will be giving you some tip. Now for example here, it show you a tip now. C drive where the source file is. When you move here, now the pointer. When you move here, so that is called tooltip. When you move on the projects, it will show you some help here progress bar version 2.4 Microsoft .NET framework. Likewise, it show you some tips. So same way you can create the tooltip. Right? So that is a tooltip. Okay. So likewise, we can create the form one. Now I just created a form one for you a sample. Now we will make the code to work, right? So we didn't finish the interface now. Right. Now again, I'll go to the form and change it to form number 1. Okay. Now I'll write a code and show you how this login window code, right? So our code is login window now. So now actually what we have to do is I have to type a username and password. Then if I correct it type, then it will be go to the form number 2. That is our program. If I reset this button, it will be deleted. If I correct the correct username and password, it will go to the form number 2. So then what I do is I want to do the click event. So I'll click here. Then I will erase the mouse enter code, right? I don't want. So I will keep only 2 codes now. First code is what? Click event, right? So this is reset button. So if you press the reset button, it will clear. So no need to change that, right? So if you press the click button, it should check the username, whether it's Mayuran and password is ideal, right? So that is the code, right? So to write this code, now we have to use a if condition, right? So we have to mention a condition called if condition. I will teach you what is if. If text box, right? txt username dot text, right? This is equal, right? This is equal to Mayuran, right? Remember, just see this code, huh? Equal to, right? Equal to Mayuran and txt password, sorry, yeah, password dot text is equal to ideal. Simple, right? Then, right, form number 2 dot show, else msg box okay, right. Now this is a small bit of code. I just tried it at once, then I'll explain to you, right? Now you see, we know about this, right? We learned this txt1 text username dot text is equal Mayuran and password. Now I'm using a if condition. There is a condition called if condition. Uh, if is an English word, right? English word where we used to write some condition. So VB also we can use the if condition. So in the if condition we are writing if text box 1 dot text. That means the first text box is equal Mayuran and the text box password is equal IDA, right? So if these 2 conditions correct, right? If these conditions are correct, then I want to show the form 2, right? Form 2, that's the second form that we design now. If it is correct, show the form number 2, form 2 dot show. Else, otherwise, if this fail, right? Then MST box. MST box is a code to bring down the message boxes, right? You can just pull out some message boxes. Message box like small error messages or like that. Sorry, username password error. Right? This is the message I want to deliver. Sorry, username password error. Right? And this is message box call. I just run this and show you. Right? Before running, you have to change. I changed it. So otherwise, form 2 will load again. So here, form 1 is coming. Okay. Right. So now if I click reset button, nothing. Right? So now if I click the reset button, it won't work anything, right? If I click the correct username and password, right? So I will first put the wrong username password, wrong username and a wrong password, right? Then if I press the login button, now you will be getting a error message, right? This is called MSG box, message box. Sorry, username or password error, right? So if you type any username, it is wrong in the same, it will repeat again and again, right? So if I correct the correct username, it's a case sensitive. If you use capital M also, it will be same error, right? Because it's case sensitive. Password IDM. Again, check. Again error because M is capital. So you should change that into simple. So Mayuran password is IDM. If you press the login button, now here form 2 will show you. Right, correct only. If the username password correct only, this is going. And after showing this, you can hide this if you want, right? You can hide the login form and just load this form, right? So to hide that, you should say me dot hide, right? So this is another command, me dot hide. That means after showing the form number 2, me dot hide. Now we run, right? Mayuran username, password, IDM, login. Now see me dot hide, show form to show, then me dot hide. So it execute that command first. So then that form will go on. You can see only the second form, and here my window and the mask text box which I mentioned there. Right, everything will be radio box, drop down this mode, calendar. Okay, right. So I didn't write the program to run this bar yet, progress bar, but you can write a code to run this progress bar also. That is a while condition. Value, you have to change the value. So I'll show you that later, right? Now this is the code. Now can you all write it in the book just to remember, right? Last week I think we did the designing. Just write the code.
Excuse
Okay.
me, sir.
Yeah.
அந்த brackets போட்டிக்கிறீங்க
The show
commands
பக்கத்துல
போறோம்
இந்த இதா
ஓ ஷோ ஹைடுக்கு போறோம் brackets போட்டிக்கிறீங்க
இது வந்து நாங்க போடல bracket ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா வரும். ஏன்னா இது வந்து இட்ஸ் functions, right? Show is a function, right? இப்போ நீங்க இதுல மவுஸை மேல கொண்டு போனா then you can see it's a sub control of show is overloaded display. So இந்த controls எல்லாம் வந்து இது sub control is automatically show as double bracket. இல்லைங்களா? Because we can இந்த ஷோ இந்த இதுக்குள்ளால நாங்க ஏதாவது பாஸ் பண்ணலாம். இந்த bracket எக்ஸ்பேண்ட் பண்ணி நாங்க இதுக்குள்ளால ஒரு மெசேஜோ அடுத்த ஃபார்முக்கு நாங்க அனுப்பலாம். ஸோ அதுக்காக தான் நாங்க வந்து bracket இருக்கு. நீங்க இதுல இருக்கு பாருங்க பட்டன் கிளிக்கு பிறகு there is a bracket actually. அந்த bracketக்குள்ளால ஒரு கண்டிஷனை பாஸ் பண்றாங்க. So they are just passing a condition from here double bracket. இதை நாங்க இதுல ஒன்றும் பாஸ் பண்ணல. ஸோ இதுவும் ஒன்று தான். திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ சப் கண்டென்ட். இதுவும் அதே மாதிரி தான். ஓகே, ஸோ அது வந்து bracket ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக வரும். டாட் ஷோன்னு கொடுத்தா bracket போராடி எரர் காட்டும். இந்த மாதிரி எடுத்தோன்னு தன்னை பாட்டுக்கே வரும். ஓகே, ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் ரைட் இட் ஆஃப். You done? Just tell me. Hello? Yes, Sushma. Now,
sir.
okay, student, done?
Done, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, right. So this is correct. Now username, password, basic code. So in the மாதிரி இப்ப இந்த கான்செப்டை வச்சு now you can write some code if you want to calculate two text boxes. இப்போ ஒரு text boxல ரெண்டு டெக்ஸ்ட் பாக்ஸ் போட்டது ரெண்டையும் கூட்டி கீழே டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணணும். எல்லாத்துக்குமே இமேஜின் இந்த மாதிரி ஞாபகம் வச்சு வரணும். டெக்ஸ்ட் பாக்ஸ் ஒன் டெக்ஸ்ட் எடுத்துட்டு நாங்கள் அதை அப்படியே கூட்டலாம். 1+1 2 AB plus ABC அந்த மாதிரி போடலாம். ஸோ இதில் ஒரு இஃப் கண்டிஷன் சொல்லி தேர் இஸ் அ பார்ட். ஸோ அது கண்டிஷன் பார்ட் இருக்கு கொஞ்சம் லேட்டாக. ஸோ அதில் வரைக்கும் நான் அதை சொல்லுவாங்க இஃப் கண்டிஷன் எப்படி செய்கிறேன், வைல் லூப், ஃபோர் லூப் அதெல்லாம் எப்படி பண்ணுறது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. ரைட். ஸோ இது வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேசிக் கோட் உண்டு லாகின் ஃபார்மில். ரைட். ஸோ அடுத்தது வந்து ஃபார்ம் 2க்கு போயிட்டு இப்போ நீங்கள் இங்கே இதில் மெனூஸ் அதில் டிசைன் பண்ணலாம். ஃபார்ம் 2 வந்து ஒரு மெயின் ஃபார்ம் மாதிரி. இப்போ நீங்கள் லாகின் ஆன அப்புறம் வாடுறதுக்கு. ஸோ நான் இப்போ இதெல்லாம் அழிச்சிட்டு I'll show you some other இப்போ கமாண்ட் டூல்ஸ்லேருந்து நாங்கள் அடுத்த டூல்ஸ்க்கு போவோம். இந்த இருக்கு மெனு டூல்ஸ் இருக்கு, இதுக்கு போவோம். ஸோ ஹியர் யூ வில் ஹேவ் த மெனூஸ். ரைட். ஸோ மெனூஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ தென் ஹியர் first is menu script. Menu script தூக்கி போட்டா now you can create the menus. இந்த மாதிரி file, view, இப்படி menus இருக்கு தானே. So இது மாதிரி you also can create the menus. So after that you click here. இதில் கிளிக் பண்ணி நீங்கள் ஆட் பண்ணலாம். இப்போ ஃபைல் என்று சொல்லி ஒரு மெனு, அதுக்குள்ள ஒரு சப் மெனு வரணும், ஓப்பன் அப்படின்ற ஒரு மெனு, அதுக்கப்புறம் இன்னொரு மெனு வரணும், சேவ்னு சொல்லி ஒரு மெனு, ரைட் சேவ். அதுக்கு பிறகு வேற என்ன, க்ளோஸ், ரைட். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி மெனு. அடுத்த ரெண்டாவது மெனு வரணும்னா இதில் கிளிக் பண்ணியாச்சு. வேற என்ன, வியூ. ஸோ அப்படி உங்களோட ப்ராஜெக்ட்டுக்கு நீங்கள் இருக்கிற ஹெச்ஆர் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க, நீங்கள் ஒரு பெரிய சாஃப்ட்வேர்னு செய்கிறீங்கன்னா இல்லை ஹெச்ஆர் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் ஹெச்ஆர் அப்படின்னு இதில் மெயின் மெனு வரும், ரைட். ஹெச்ஆர் அதுக்குள்ளே இருக்கிற சப் அப்ளையிங் லீவ், அது பிறகு வேறு ஃபங்க்ஷனாலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குன்னு தானே, அப்ளையிங் லீவ், லீவுக்குள்ளே இங்கால கேஷுவல் லீவ்ஸ், மெடிக்கல் லீவ்ஸ், அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் உங்களோட மெனுஸை வந்து போட்டுக்கொண்டே போகலாம். ஸோ டெஸ்ட், ரைட். அதுக்கப்புறம் இங்கால டெஸ்ட் 1. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த மெனுவை ப்ரெஸ் பண்ண இன்னொரு ஃபார்ம் ஒன்று ஓப்பன் ஆகணும்னு சொன்னால் இட்ஸ் ஈஸி. அதுக்கு நான் முதல்ல செஞ்சதான் இந்த ஃபைலில் போயிட்டு இந்த க்ளோஸ் கிளிக் பண்ண எங்களுக்கு ஒரு விண்டோ ஒன்று ஓப்பன் ஆகணும்னு சொன்னால் தென் சேம் வே டபுள் கிளிக் திஸ் க்ளோஸ், இந்த டபுள் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க, தென் இட் டேக் யூ டு த கோட் விண்டோ. அதில் கோட் விண்டோவில் போனால் க்ளோஸ் மெனு ஸ்கிரிப்ட்னா கிளிக்னு காட்டுது. ஸோ இதில் அதே மாதிரி தான் ஃபார்ம் 2 ஃபார்ம் 1 இதற்கு ஃபார்ம் 1.show அவ்வளோ போட்டால் அதை கிளிக் பண்ணணும். இப்போ யாராக இருந்தாலும் இதை கிளிக் பண்ணோன்னா இந்த மெனுவை அது காட்டுமாங்க. ஐ ஷோ யூ ரன் திஸ். ரைட், இப்போ மெயின் மெனுக்கு போகும். இதில் யூசர் நேம் அடிக்கணும். இது முன்னுக்கு இருந்து தான் வரும். பாஸ்வேர்டு அடிக்கிறேன், ரைட். லாகின் கொடுக்குறேன். இப்போ இது வந்துட்டு இதில் பாருங்கள் மெனுஸ் காட்டும். இப்போ ஹெச்ஆரில் டெஸ்ட்டுக்குள்ள இப்படிலாம் இருக்குது. ஸோ இதில் நான் க்ளோஸு கொடுத்தேன். அப்போ இதில் போயிட்டு ஐ செலக்ட் த ஃபைல், okay, file menu, close. Then here it will show the login window again. So it's now load form 1.show. Okay, right. So likewise form 2 design. Now it's a menu. So menu, then menu script. Then you can put the status script. So then in the down part, you can see the status bar. Yes, status bar. Status bar mean here, ready and a box. This is we call status bar. X here bell button, right? So the status bar. So that also you can design. Status bar la enna varum, or label varum, illa or progress bar ondu varum. Appo inga load aayittu irukra maadhiri varum. So likewise you can design and you can put a label. And the label ku idla then click panni you can write ready. Right? So then it will show you ready here, right? So then the progress bar. So likewise that is here status toolbar. Then the toolbar, tools, there are chinna buttons irukku. So adhe maadhiri you can create some tools. So in the tools na ungalku or button vanumna podla. Already you can change that button name. So you click here, put this button, and you can put a button, and you can put icon. There is a button. These are buttons. Visual Basics. So same way you can separate. When the separate separator. So here you have separator. Then you can have combo box, text box, progress bar, label. அது எல்லாமே போடலாம். சும்மா ஒரு டெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன்று போடணும், அதை கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டு லேபிள். ஸோ இதில் ஃபைல், இதில் லேபிள், ஐடி. Okay, so likewise this is toolbar, tool strip, right? So tool strip is to bring down the tools here, shortcut. Status strip is to bring down some status in the down, status strip, right? Then the menu strip is used to create some menu, right? Then content menu strip also there, right? Memory content menu strips, right? So you can click something and you can put something. So it's a content detail. If you want to put some detail, content menu script, that is there. Right? Then yeah, tool strip also, content tool strip is there. The content means something like description you can write. rather than words. You can write a lot of description. It's called content mention. Okay, so that is here menu script. So then here some other balance component, extra component, printing options. Then dialogues also there. These are good things, right? Dialogues. For running a save under dialogue, you can just drag and put the save dialogue, right? Then it will bring here save dialogue here. This open panna enna the save பண்ற மாதிரி window இந்த இருக்கு save open dialogue, open a folder. So this is called open dialogue. In the box is called open dialogue, save dialogue. In my dialogues இதுல இருக்கு color dialogue. Color is easy, right? So then you can put everything, all the dialogues here. Then you have to call. If you press a button, then this open dialogue will show dot open dialogue. Then this dialogue will show you this one by one later. Now just think that those are there, right? File dialogue, font Parker dialogue, open dialogue, save dialogue, file browser dialogue, color dialogues. These are there, right? Dialogues. Then under the data category, then you have database. This is database connection. In the either on the database or connect panni work pannonom sonna. Now even the form one also we can do the database connection. About form on to create panni new user under poite adula you can fill your detail. It will go to a database. Then idhula type panni neenga login pannalam. The Gmail adala porom appadithane. So same way, if you want to work, you should work with a database. இதில் டைப் பண்ணுற அந்த நியூ ஃபார்மில் டைப் பண்ணுறது எல்லாத்தையும் கொண்டு போய் ஒரு டேட்டா பேஸில் வச்சுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அங்கேருந்து திருப்பி யூ ஹேவ் டு டேக் இட் டவுன். இட் பேசிக்கலி ஒர்க்ஸ் இன் திஸ். நீங்கள் ஒரு ஃபார்ம் ஒன்று செய்கிறீங்க, இந்த ஃபார்மில் இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் போட்டு யூ ஆர் டூயிங் அ ஃபார்ம், ரைட்? தென் ஹியர் யூ ஹேவ் த டேட்டாபேஸ்ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். டேட்டாபேஸ் வந்து நிரம்ப இருக்குது. SQLன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு டேட்டாபேஸ் இருக்குது, ஒராக்கல்னு சொல்லி இருக்குது. இதெல்லாம் டேட்டாபேஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ இந்த ஃபார்மில் நீங்கள் இதில் ஒரு ஃபார்மில் நியூ யூசர் அக்கௌண்ட்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ஃபார்மில் யூ ஆஸ்கிங் த கஸ்டமர் நேம், அட்ரஸ், ஃபோன் நம்பர், then their username and password. அப்போ இந்த டீட்டெயில் you have to go and store it in the database, right? Then the customer comes and type it, then you have to retrieve from here and check. இங்க இருந்து செக் பண்ணணும். அவங்க அடிச்ச டேட்டாபேஸ் சரியா செக் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த சரியா இருந்தா ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் வந்து அடுத்த ஃபார்ம் வந்து லோட் ஆகும். ஸோ இது நீங்க செய்யலாம். ஸோ இது வந்து நார்மலாக இப்படி தான் எல்லா ப்ராஜெக்ட்டும் ஒர்க் பண்ணோம். நவ் ஐ எம் டூயிங் திஸ் இஸ் வெரி சிம்பிள் பிகாஸ் வி ஆர் ரைட்டிங் த யூசர் ஒன்லி ஒன் சிங்கிள் யூசர். இட்ஸ் கோட் கரெக்ட். அதாவது சோர்ஸ் கோட்லேயே நாங்கள் யூசர் நேம் பாஸ்வேர்டை வி ஆர் பில்ட் இன். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் நாட் அ வெரி ஹெல்த்தி ப்ரோக்ராம். இப்படி யாரும் செய்யறது இல்லை. இது ஜஸ்ட் சாம்பிளுக்காக செஞ்சிருக்கோம். ரியாலிட்டி வி ஹேவ் டு டு இட் ஆன் திஸ் வே. நியூ ஃபார்ம் ஒன்று இருக்கும். அந்த ஃபார்மில் கிளிக் பண்ணோன்னா அந்த ஃபார்ம் வந்து இங்கே போகும். திருப்பி இங்கே இருந்து அந்த டேட்டா வந்து ரிட்ரீவ் ஆகும். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக் நாங்கள் கிளாஸ் படிக்க இதில் இன்னொரு பட்டனை போட்டு நியூ ரிஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் போட்டு அது எப்படி டிசைன் பண்ணுவோம். அதில் என்டர் பண்ணுற டேட்டாவை திருப்பி இங்கே கொண்டு வரலாம். ஸோ அப்படி யூ கேன் டூ இட். ஓகே, ஸோ தட் இஸ் the basic content. Okay, so any questions up to now? So கேள்வி இருக்குதா? இதுல அன்மியூட் பண்றேன். இருக்குதா யாருக்காவது questions? Because first two classes no, so that's why I'm going bit slow. கொஞ்சம் திருப்பி சொன்ன விஷயங்களே சொல்றேன். ரீசன் என்னன்னு சொன்னா because you should know the basics. ஃபவுண்டேஷன் சரியா விளங்கினா தான் அங்கால உங்களுக்கு குயிக்கா படிக்கலாம். ஸோ இல்லாட்டி நீங்கள் அங்கால உங்களுக்கு விளங்க கஷ்டமாயிடும் மற்ற விஷயங்கள். ஸோ அதனால தான் இந்த பேசிக் ஃபார்ம், இந்த விஷுவல் பேசிக் இன்டர்ஃபேஸ் எல்லாம் திருப்பி 2-3 தடவை உங்களுக்கு ஸ்லோவாக எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறேன் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் தட். ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் யூ ஹேவ் பிக் அப் திஸ், ஸோ to get it more clear, you should do a practical. That's important. When I show you can see like it's easily you can click and type and like that. But when you do, if I give the mouse pointer to you only, then you will have the problem. உங்களுக்கு அது எங்கே போகிறது, எங்கே கிளிக் பண்ணது, ஏதோ ஓப்பன் ஆகும், டக்குனு மாறி கிளிக் பண்ணால் வேறு ஏதோ ஓப்பன் ஆகும், எங்கே டைப் பண்ணுறேன்னு தெரியாது. ஸோ அதெல்லாம் வெறும் when you have the when you control the mouse only. once you பார்க்க ஈஸியாக இருக்கும் பிகாஸ் ஐ நோ வேர் இஸ் இட். அப்போ நான் குயிக்காக அந்த பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு போயிடுவேன். உங்களுக்கு மற்றதை பற்றி கன்சன்ட்ரேஷன் இல்லை. இதை கிளிக் பண்ணால் நான் டெக்ஸ்ட்னா இங்கே டெக்ஸ்டில் போயிடுவேன். தென் யூ கேன் ஐடென்டிஃபை ஈஸிலி பிகாஸ் தேர்ஸ் அ ஃப்ளோ. பட் உங்களோட கையில் கொடுத்தா அப்படி தான் நீங்கள் கிளிக் பண்ணா அப்படி தான் உங்களுக்கு தேடணும் இதில் எங்கே அது இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி. ஸோ இட் வில் டேக் சம் டைம். தேடி ஒன்றா தான் பார்க்கணும். ஸோ அதுதான் உங்களுக்கு இட்ஸ் தட்ஸ் வை இனிஷியல் ஸ்டேஜ் யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ். ஸோ அந்த ப்ராக்டிகல்ஸ் இருந்தால் தான் you can study further. You can go ahead with further, right? So Visual Basic version இருக்கு இதுல வேணா நான் ஒரு அப்ளை இதன்னு சொல்றேன் வெப்சைட் நம்ம பிசி இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னா கெட் இன்டு மை பிசி ன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு வெப் ஒன்று இருக்கு. இதுல எல்லாம் ஃப்ரீயா டவுன்லோட் பண்ணலாம். கெட் இன்டு பிசி ன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு சர்வர் வந்து இருக்கு. இது உங்களோட பிசில ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணலாம். கெட் இன்டு பிசில போயிட்டு இதுல விஷுவல் பேசிக் இதான் வெப்சைட் கெட் இன்டு பிசி. இதுல எல்லாமே இருக்கு, ஃப்ரீயா டவுன்லோட் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ இதில் போயிட்டு உங்களோட விஷுவல் பேசிக் லேட்டஸ்ட் வெர்ஷன் எடுக்காம பழைய வெர்ஷன் விபிஎன் எடுங்க. விபிஎன் நீங்கள் ரொம்ப வெர்ஷன் வரும். ரொம்ப வெர்ஷன் வரும். ஸோ சர்ச் சம் ஓல்டு வெர்ஷன். Visual Studio okay, just search it like Visual Studio in this, then you can able to download it fully free. Just check down the MB, avlo MB irukku check pannite chinna package answer it's 1 or 2 GB will come. If you have a PC you can install it. Okay, right. So I'll stop the class now. Any questions?
The file menu வந்து menu and toolbar ன்னு அதுல தான் இருக்கு.
Oh, menu and toolbars. Okay, so any questions, friends? ஏதாவது இருக்குதா கேக்குறதுக்கு?
எங்க அசைன்மென்ட்ஸ்
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உங்களுக்கு ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கு, just go and look at it, right? நானும் இன்னும் அதை பார்க்கல.
எங்க இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஃபைனல் அசைன்மென்ட்ஸ் சார்.
Oh, these all are final assignments. இதுதான் நீங்க செஞ்சு சப்மிட் பண்ண வேண்டிய அசைன்மென்ட்ஸ். மற்றது சப்ஜெக்ட் பிபி நீங்க பாருங்க. பெலிண்டா மிஸ் சொல்றேன் நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண சொல்லி. ஸோ ஷீ வில் பி டூயிங் இட். அப்போ நீங்கள் அது ஆன்லைன் சைட்ஸ்ல கொஞ்சம் எடுத்து அதில் ஹெல்ப் எடுத்தும் செய்யலாம். பெரிய அசைன்மெண்ட் நான் பார்க்கல. ஸோ எனி அதர் கொஸ்டின்ஸ்? No. Right then. Okay. So thank you very much. See you on next class.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.